I've come to Silverstream Priory here in County Meath, which is now the home of a monastery. Now we have 8 monks who live here. They've come from all over the world really, and I'm very curious to meet them. You're the prior here.
Yes.
And you set up the monastery here.
I did.
But why here? Why not America, where you're from?
In 2005, I was on a flight from New York to Rome.
Yeah.
And I stopped in the airport in Dublin and had a long layover and crossed the road and went to the chapel. And I found myself saying to God, someday allow me to do something for Ireland. It just came from deep inside. And then I forgot about it. And here I am in 2017.
So give me an idea of your day today.
All right,
I
our day.
presume you're early risers.
4:30.
Oh, very early.
Yeah, but it's an hour of chanting the Psalms, listening to the Word of God. And then the brothers have an hour for personal prayer, for reading. And at 7 o'clock we return for the second liturgical celebration, which is entirely focused on praise.
They've travelled from all over the world to join the priory here. But you, Brother Finian, have just come from up the road. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from a parish called Bohermeen, which is just outside Navan.
Navan. There's a great Navan accent you have there. So you've been here and people will come in.
Yeah, sure.
And some might just want a cup of tea and just a break.
Yeah.
Others may want to offload.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a lot to take on?
It's great to think that people will take the time to come and visit, and they know they can come and, and seek, a spiritual counsel, whether it be just a cup of tea, whether it's just to sit in our oratory and have a little time for themselves. And it's great to see people that have, that know they can avail of that.
Do you ever feel, I missed out maybe meeting somebody, having children? Do you ever think of that?
All kinds of possibilities crosses your mind from time to time, and it is something that would cross my mind. But it's not something that I feel strongly about. And Saint Benedict, who established this rule in the 5th century, describes this as a rugged road that leads to God. And so it's sort of giving up something good for something better.
Hello, Brother Hildebrand.
Yes.
You're online. It escapes none of us, the internet. Is this to help you with your studies, or can you keep in touch with what's going on in the world?
So we do have a certain amount of contact with the outside world, and since people today communicate electronically, that's also how we do a lot of our communicating. So periodically I receive emails from people outside, and I send emails. I use it mostly for work of translation that I'm doing.
Brother Cashin, lovely to meet you.
Thank you, likewise, Brenda.
Where do you hail from?
Sydney, Australia.
You're very young for a vocation of this nature. Am I correct? How old are you?
27.
So tell me about your life back in Sydney.
I was doing primary teaching. I was a casual teacher, so when I wasn't teaching, I was down at the beach.
What was it like for your friends and family when you said, this is my life, this is what I want to do?
All supportive, I should say, but some of them don't quite understand where I was coming from and what the sort of tradition is of the religious life. So I think it was quite mysterious to a few of them, which is understandable.
What about your life here? What have you gained?
I think before, the tumult of the world was kind of a little bit oppressive at times, even though there were many good things about it. But I think a simpler life seeking God and a purer life.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Brenda, for coming
showing
to
us
us.
all around. It's been fascinating. And is there one thing you'd like people just to take away who've seen this?
There is, and it's a word from the Psalms. To be near God is my happiness. And I think that sums it up.
Father Mark, goodbye.
Goodbye, Brenda.
I don't want to go,
Thank
actually.
you.
It's been really nice. Thank you so much.